In the eSports arena, legends aren't born, they're formulated. Through flawless functions, through lightning-fast lookups, through solutions that break the boundaries of what's possible. Rising to the top of the table isn't luck or chance. When everything's on the line, you have to excel. The prize? A champion's glory, a titan's title, and a WWE-style belt. But these warriors don't battle it out in the lands of Runeterra or fly around the Rocket League arena. Instead, their battleground of choice is the grid. This is the Microsoft Excel World Championship. Yeah, you heard that right. The Microsoft Excel World Championship isn't only a real thing, but it takes part live in Las Vegas at the HyperX eSports Arena and is streamed on ESPN. Naturally, I knew I had to be there, so I made my way to Vegas to watch the Excel Elite compete for their share of the $60,000 prize pool. And let me tell you, it did not disappoint. The biggest news? We've got a new Excel World Champion. Michael Jarman from the UK absolutely dominated the competition in a World of Warcraft themed final case, dethroning 3-time defending champion Andrew the Annihilator Nyai. What made it even more spectacular? With the final seconds ticking down, Michael Jarman actually just sat back and watched his score push him over the line, a knowing nod to how Andrew Nyai finished in the previous year's competition. When asked about his victory, Michael had this to say.
Thanks to everybody, but yeah, I win.
This was super exciting, but it wasn't even close to everything that was happening. The HyperX Arena was also hosting the finals for the Microsoft Excel Collegiate Championship competitions for both the individuals and team events. The University of Tennessee narrowly beat out the University of Arizona for that team's top prize, while Austria's Benjamin Weber claimed the individual collegiate title, then turned around and dove straight into the World Championship semi-finals. Well done, Benny. Now that is commitment. You might think 3 Excel eSports Grand Finals would be enough for one event, but no, the FNWC team also arranged a fantastic 3-day conference called the Active Cell. There were so many great sessions at this conference, from Python in Excel to best practice, and even a comedy session from your average finance bro. But I have to tell you about my favourite, which was Melissa's session on... Let's try that again. I have to tell you about my favourite session, which was Melissa's session on Power Query. Melissa the Court ran a fantastic session with a little exercise right at the start to try and gauge people's knowledge before she jumped in. And there was only one person in the whole room for whom it took more than 10 steps to do this exercise, and it was me. Yeah, I've got no problem admitting it. And Melissa was such an incredible teacher that by the end of it, not only was I following along, but I was able to predict what she was going to do next. Even better, at the end of the session, as the only person that admitted they were struggling at the start, Melissa came straight up to me to ask me how I'd followed along, if I'd got out of it what I needed to do, which was such a lovely touch. Thank you, Melissa, for a fantastic session. And this is such a good example of how wonderful the Excel community is, and this really struck me time and time again while I was there. Excel folks are so incredibly welcoming and generous with their knowledge. I got to meet so many amazing people like Lorenzo and Liana, and I even met Danielle Stein-Fairhurst at the Grand Canyon. I mean, what are the chances of running into an Excel MVP at the Grand Canyon? Crazy. Finally, I want to talk a little bit more about the main event and how exciting it was both to be there and to take part. Imagine this, you're in the HyperX eSports Arena working at an incredibly powerful PC designed for playing League of Legends at its highest settings, and you're using Microsoft Excel. It was a little bit weird, but at the same time it was so incredibly cool. With Stephen Rose and Katrina from the FNWC team on stage, plus Oz and Giles in that commentary box bringing the energy, the atmosphere was just electric. Giles actually humbly stepped up to the plate for that commentary box at the last minute, making his performance even more incredible. What's more, he even brought along a Microsoft Excel World Championship theme song. Oz and Giles did a great job keeping everybody up to speed on stage, helped further during the Excel Collegiate Challenge finals when David Brown, the case author, popped up on screen to tell us a little bit more about the case. This was a great addition and hopefully opens up the opportunity to hear some more voices from that commentary booth. For example, it would be great to hear from more of the case authors, maybe some of the other MVPs and guests at the event, and maybe even hear from the competitors themselves with some guest spots in that booth. The Microsoft Excel World Championship was incredible. From the electric energy of the HyperX Arena to the amazing Excel community coming together, This was an experience I'll never forget. And you know what? I have so many amazing moments that I want to share with you that I couldn't fit it all into just one video. So if you want to hear about my top 5 moments from the championship, including some behind the scenes moments that I haven't shared yet, make sure you check out this video next. And until then, as always, keep excelling.